Many phones, when their battery drops below 20%, activate power saving mode, which causes their performance to decrease and they start to lag. And eventually, if you don't begin to charge it, it will completely shut down. And before it can turn on again, you'll have to wait for a certain period of time. The exact same thing happens with our bodies. But while a phone charges with a charger, our bodies recharge through recovery. And if recovery is insufficient, your performance in training and games will gradually decline. And eventually you won't just shut down like a phone, but the injuries that will arise from under-recovery can take you out of the training process for a long time. And in this case, firstly, you will delay achieving your goal because naturally you have an injury, and secondly, you will give your competitor a chance to secure their spot. And once you return, you'll have to prove all over again that the starting position is truly yours. Therefore, to ensure that such situations in your career are as infrequent as possible and ideally never occur at all, you must approach your recovery with the utmost diligence and give it the proper attention it deserves. And how exactly to recover effectively after your training sessions and games we will discuss right now. Don't forget, you can also download the Football Pro mobile app for players, featuring full training programs, whether on the field or at home. Wherever you are, just choose the right program and get to work. Now download it from Google Play or the App Store using the links below this video. Now let's begin. Recovery can be divided into two main components, the primary and the secondary. And to replenish the vital energy of our body, we have two natural processes specifically designed for this, food and sleep. But before we delve into these two specific points in detail and then move on to the subsequent topics, it's crucial for you to understand that we actually improve our physical form not during our training sessions, but rather when we are resting. We often think about how to complicate our training process. That is, to run even more intensely, to do 3 hours of training instead of 1.5. And generally, to train 365 days a year, 7 days a week, and 24 hours a day. And in such a situation, we completely ignore our need for rest. We often forget that our bodies need to recover not just muscles, but also the cardiovascular system, the nervous system, ligaments, tendons, and joints. So, whoever prioritizes recovery as one of the most important aspects will progress faster, and most importantly, without the risk of injury. And of course, sleep is our #1 priority for recovery. It brings all the processes in our body into perfect order. I think you've often heard that the ideal amount of sleep is from 6 to 8 hours, but it depends on the person. If you don't have any physical exertion or strenuous activity, then this kind of sleep will be perfectly fine. But if you're training almost every single day and you want to position yourself as a professional footballer, you absolutely must be sleeping a minimum of 8 hours. Sleep is the absolute foundation of recovery, and it really needs to be prioritized before your training sessions. Only by getting sufficient rest are you truly able to recover. If, for example, you're currently sleeping only 6 hours, training very hard and quite a lot, and at the same time you feel perfectly fine, you must understand that things won't always be this way. Your daily sleep deprivation will accumulate, and at some point will simply hit you like a nuclear bomb, manifesting as a lack of recovery, and consequently you might develop an illness or injury. When we train, we lose beneficial substances and microelements, and the speed and quality with which we replenish them will determine how quickly and in what condition you'll be able to return to intense physical activity. And speaking of the second main point of recovery, you need to eat not more, but with better quality. Overconsuming calories can lead to gaining excess weight, which can then negatively impact your endurance, your speed, and your agility. Also, what we eat can adversely affect our recovery, especially if we consume food right before bedtime. Sleep and eating are fundamental, natural functions that we perform every single day. Your primary goal is simply to correctly adjust them to significantly improve the effectiveness of your recovery. But what else can be utilized for recovery? And now we'll proceed to secondary recovery methods. They will in no way replace the primary method, that is food and sleep, but they will certainly be able to accelerate it. And our very first assistant, once again, is sleep. And no, I'm not repeating myself here. I'm talking about napping now. A nap of 15 to 30 minutes will significantly aid your recovery. It's no wonder most professional athletes, including Cristiano Ronaldo, use it regularly. Next up is compression wear. Thanks to its properties, veins are compressed, blood vessels constrict, and blood flow accelerates. Consequently, compression garments speed up the delivery of oxygen and nutrients to your muscles. As a result, your muscle recovery is accelerated. Now, let's move on to the so-called SPA treatments. Massage helps relieve muscle hypertonicity after exercise, reduce pain, and improve blood flow, which in turn aids in delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles. It's recommended to get a massage no later than 3 hours after your workout or game. Additionally, a warm bath with sea salt and baking soda is very beneficial for recovery. It significantly improves blood circulation and helps to flush out lactic acid from your muscles. It's recommended to take it for 30 to 60 minutes, 1 kilogram of salt to 500 grams of soda. But the sauna effect is even proven by scientists. A study conducted in Australia in 2007 revealed that long-distance runners who spent 30 minutes in a sauna after every workout after 3 weeks showed significantly better results than those who did not use the sauna. A treadmill test was also performed. Athletes who regularly used the sauna ran 30% longer than those who didn't. I'm sure you've also heard about ice baths or barrels. Many professional football clubs use this method. The idea is to immerse the stressed muscles in icy water within 30 minutes after a workout or a game. Thanks to the low temperature, blood flow slows down. This helps to eliminate inflammation within the muscle tissues. It's recommended to keep muscles in icy water for no more than 5 to 7 minutes. But if you've never tried this, start with 20 to 30 seconds, then gradually increase the time with each session. There is passive recovery and active recovery. We've already covered the passive aspect, so let's now move on to the active one. Light aerobic exercise accelerates the body's metabolism and consequently the recovery process. But it's important to understand that this must be a maximally slow jog, lasting around 20 to 30 minutes. A moderate amount of exercise will be just as effective as rest. Also, instead of running, you can use a bicycle or a swimming pool. We've also just discussed the various recovery methods. But how do you know if you haven't fully recovered yet? There are 2 simple ways. The first is if you go for your usual workout and you feel it's going much harder, then you're probably under-recovered. And the second way is your resting heart rate. For example, if you measure your pulse every morning and it consistently shows 50 beats per minute, but then on subsequent training days you measure it again and it's already elevated, that's the primary indication that you haven't fully recovered. The right balance of training and recovery will ensure a career free of serious injuries, allowing you to stay consistently active and reach your goals without major breaks. So, approach your recovery with utmost seriousness.